Go. And we are here at the 15th Annual Sin City Classic Softball Tournament presented by Lexus. We are broadcasting live from the Ken Scaris Memorial Studios here at Sunset Park. We are Cloud Sports Network, and you have joined a game in progress between the San Diego Rebels and the Dallas Squirrels. The San Diego Rebels are the visiting team. The Squirrels are the home team. We have one runner on and another one about to get on as the base hit goes up the middle. Here to finish off the play-by-play is my broadcast partner, the legendary Hall of Famer from Softball Austin, the Naga Softball Hall of Famer. He is the voice of gay softball. He is Rich Siegel.
Thank you, Roman. We've already had a leadoff walk and then a double to center field, and that plated a run. It's 1-0 for San Diego. Mike Latundra is our home plate umpire today. There's only one umpire that is working all of these games, so there won't be two. And here's a line base hit down the left field line. This is Ed. We don't have his last name just yet, and the run scores from second base. It's now 2-0 for San Diego. You know these guys, yes?
A few of them, yeah. A lot of these are pickup guys.
That'll bring up the cleanup batter. This is Roby. Roby is their pitcher. And he takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Nice day here in Las Vegas. Bright sunshine. Very few clouds in the sky. Here's the next pitch. And that's a strike called. You're likely able to hear our home plate umpire. A ball and a strike inside. Ball 3.
That home plate umpire is Mike.
3-2. They start with a 1-1 count. And he walks.
Stepped on your comment there, Rich. Sorry, I was saying that the home plate umpire is Mike Latendre from San Diego. He is also on staff with USA Softball Southern California. Nothing but the best here at Sin City.
And here's Edwin, and he takes a strike inside corner. A ball and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second, still nobody out. And there's a bouncing ball, slow roller to third, and there'll be no play. Ed at third, Roby at second, and Edwin at first. And they'll put in a courtesy runner. This is Joel, the shortstop, and he hits one foul at the plate.
We are in Masters D division here. That's Masters D here on Friday.
The 1-2 pitch is hit in the air to shallow center field. Coming over is the left center fielder to make the catch. Sacrifice fly RBI as the run will score from third base. And it is now 3-0. San Diego won its first game. They started a little early, which is why we joined you a little late. But we're glad to be with you here for the 15th Annual Sin City. This is the right center fielder, Carter. A ball and 2 strikes as the first pitch was in for a strike. Runners at first and second. The next one is swung on and popped up foul behind the plate. Hits the canopy where Mitch Barnes is stationed right now. And so on that foul ball, he is out.
2 outs now.
And that'll bring up Gilbert. Gilbert is their right fielder. Runners at first and second now with 2 out in the pitch. Is swung on and hit in the air to left center field. Shallow coming in and making the catch, and that's out number 3.
So that's kind of how it goes sometimes. You put a bunch on, and then a bunch come off.
So 3-run score.
And now that we have a break in the action, I want to tell you about my friend Bridget at Angel Baby Surrogacy and Egg Donation. They're an international agency that's proudly helped queer folks build their families all over the world for 20 years. If you're gay and ready to add to your family, then you're going to need an egg donor and a surrogate. Bridget and her team at Angel Babies have high-quality, affordable egg donors and surrogates ready to help. And believe me, you want Bridget on your team. She is amazing, and her success rates are outstanding. Wherever you are in the United States, she won't quit until you've achieved your dream. To get Bridget on your team, head over to absurro.com. That's ABSURRO.com. And get in touch with my friend Bridget today.
Squirrels will take their first at bat here. Bottom of the first inning, they already trail 3-0. Their left fielder, Donnie Burnham, will lead off, and Roby, the pitcher for San Diego. First pitch to Burnham. He fouls one back and almost hit the catcher and the home plate umpire, but they both avoided getting hit by the ball. It's a ball and 2 strikes. That's an illegal pitch. It bounced in front of the plate, but it was too high. The arc was too high. 2-2. And the next one. Inside pitch is hit on the ground between third and short and into left field for a base hit.
We call that the 5.5 hole in San Diego.
Right center fielder Taylor Denton will bat next. In this division, Masters D, a player may not have a player rating of greater than 12, and the team may not have a rating of greater than 110. First pitch is swung on and hit to third. Bobbled by the third baseman, he will have no play. Throws to second, but it's too late, and so it's runners at first and second.
Laura Gunter was over there on the cover, but as you had pointed out, because the ball was bobbled, the speed of the runner getting to second was just too great.
Randy Simmons, the shortstop, swings and misses strike one. And also in this division, we should point out, you have to be 50 or older,
yes,
or approaching your 50th birthday in the calendar
year.
year. This one is hit on the ground to the third baseman. He'll have an easy play at third. That's the force out, and that's out number 1.
So as that play goes, fielder's choice, 5 unassisted. That is out number 1. But there's runners still at first and second here.
Todd Ball hits one into right center field. Catches May. There'll be a tag. And Taylor goes to third base. Fly ball. That is not a sacrifice fly as the run. There was no run that scored. So now we have 2 out, runners at the corners. Here's Charlie Walters, left center fielder for the Dallas Squirrels. First pitch to him. Swinging on the first pitch, and he hits a fair ball down the left field line. That'll get a run home. It's 3-1. Other runner goes to third base. It's going to be a double for Charlie Walters, and Dallas is on the board.
He smoked that ball right down that line, showing that umpires can hit too. Charlie is one of the umpires who'll be working this tournament during the weekend. Once Saturday and Sunday come around, getting in a little bit of Masters play here on Friday.
Kristen Swanson swings at the first pitch. She goes up the middle and into center field. A seeing eye base hit will plate 2, and we are tied. Simons and Walters both scoring on that seeing eye single. Here's Rod Skidmore. He takes the first pitch low and inside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Next one to him. He swings and hits one hard at the shortstop. He'll have a play at second base, and that's the inning. Dallas scores 3, and the game is tied 3-3 after 1.
And as we go into the break here, I want to tell you about another good friend of mine, Dr. Samuel Wood and his team at Gen 5 Fertility. Gen 5 is where queer folks go when they're ready to talk to a doctor. Look, when you're part of the queer community and you're ready to build your family, finding a doctor who'll listen can be tough. Well, I promise you, you have a friend at Gen 5 Fertility. You see, I know Dr. Wood, and I've worked with him for over 10 years, so I promise you, he doesn't just welcome queer parents, he celebrates them. Several of my friends have built their families with his help. So whether you're gay, lesbian, bisexual, or trans, wherever you fit in our fabulous rainbow, I promise you, Dr. Wood and his team at Gen 5 Fertility is the place to go when it's time to build your family. Visit them today at gen5fertility.com. Click on the Family Pride link to learn more. That's gen5fertility.com. Tell them Roman sent you.
Top of the second. Game tied at 3. And that was
Laura Gunter over there.
Laura Gunter. She leads off with the base hit.
She is a member of the San Diego Hall of Fame, America's Finest City Softball League, inducted just this past November.
And here's Luis Padilla. A pickup player from Austin. And he has taken the first 2 pitches for balls. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. And a 3-1 pitch. No pitch. No pitch.
Laura wants to give a shout out, by the way, to her wife and her grandson. Her grandson is 1 month old today.
How sweet. Here's the 3-1. And there's the strike call. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That was a good pitch right on the corner. Well done.
Swung on. That is hit in the air to shallow center field. It is caught by the center fielder, right center fielder, and that's the first out. Here's Nelson Bottoms with 1 on, 1 out. He wears number 18, and he swings and fouls off the first pitch for a strike. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Nelson also gave us a shout out. He wants to give a shout out to his husband, Michael. So, hi, Michael, if you're watching.
Grounder, slow roller to the shortstop, gets the force at second, and that's out number 2. As Laura Gunter was forced out at second base, the play goes 6-4.
Who are you rooting for, Facebook? Let us know. Type into the chat if you know Tim Backtad or Laura Gunter or Nelson or anybody else in this game. Let us know.
And Tim Backtad takes the first pitch inside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 balls, no strike, 1 strike. And there's a ground ball to the third baseman. He bobbles it. Will have no play. No play.
Rich, that's one of the things about this Rebels team is they travel all over the country.
Do they?
Tournaments all over the place, and so picking up players for them is it's an honor to be asked because
sure.
They just go everywhere, and they seem to have a lot of fun whenever they go.
Fred Witch hits one right, but to the first baseman. Nice play. Who underhands to second base and gets the put out at second base.
Fantastic defense on the first baseman and the shortstop covering. Well done.
No runs came across for San Diego in the top of the second. It is still 3-3.
Well done. That was some good defense there. Good recovery. Who we got coming up in the next inning? You have it written down. I don't.
Florek, Webb, Powell, Richard Florek, Danny Webb, and Linda Powell. Let me hand that to you.
All right. While we have a break here, I want to give a quick shout out to our crew here, the Cloud Sports Network crew. On camera, instant replay, and graphics, we have Tyler Forrester. And we have on tech and ops, we have Mitch Barnes. And our player and team operations gurus are Jordan Espiritu and Charlie Brown. Good grief. And, of course, I'm Roman Jimenez. And back over to Rich now.
Third baseman Richard Florek will lead off here in the bottom of the second. Game tied at 3-3. San Diego Rebels and the Dallas Squirrels. First pitch. Roller to third base. Left-handed throw to first base is not in time. Infield single for Floric, and that's the first batter getting on here at the bottom of the second, and we'll bring up Danny Webb.
That was some hustle.
And there is a line foul down the third base line. Solid hit, but on the wrong side of the chalk. He says he had to make that outfielder run a little bit.
Tire him out. Wear him out while you can.
A ball and 2 strikes. Floric still at first base. Linda Powell on deck, although there's nobody in the on-deck circle. And that pitch is outside. Oh, he calls strike 3 called. That looked a little outside to me, but apparently my angle is not as good. And here's Linda Powell, the catcher. And she swings and lifts one into left center field for a base hit. Runners at first and second now with 1 out. And we'll bring up Andre Flores, the EH.
101, thank you.
And Flores hits one around the third base line. There'll be a forced play at third, and that's out number 2. Matt Searing, the EH, the other EH, is they're using 2. We'll bat now with runners at first and second, and the first pitch to him is lined to the shortstop and over the shortstop's glove and into left field for a hit. Run will score.
Tricky hop there. Tricky hop.
Charlie Walters, the designated runner.
Charlie's pretty fast.
Yeah, he is, and he scores to give Dallas the lead. It's now 4-3.
He's going to listen to this broadcast and come back and yell at me on Facebook saying, "Why this note of surprise?"
Left fielder Donnie Burnham as we come back to the top of the order. Burnham reached in his first plate appearance. We'll have another runner. Second courtesy runner, and this is going to be Danny Webb. And he is at second base. First and second, 2 out, and here's a fly ball. Left center field, it is shallow. Coming on is the left fielder and makes, he drops the ball. He drops the ball. Danny Webb will score, and it is now 5-3. Running all the way with 2 out as a good base runner does. And Danny Webb scores, and his team is now ahead 5-3, and that'll bring up Taylor Denton. And he goes after the first pitch and lines it up the middle and into right center field for a hit. A run will score. It's now 6-3, and the other runner goes to third.
You know, you mentioned something a second ago about running all the way with 2 outs, and that's such a fundamental thing.
Yeah.
And you know, had he not done that, that little simple single may not have come through. Get those extra runs whenever you can.
Here's Simons, and he hits one down the third baseline to the third baseman, bobbles it, goes to second late, and hustling all the way and scoring.
There's another one. And that one
is
was
Donnie
just
Burnham.
Stolen. Yeah, that run was just stolen.
Good base running, likely good base coaching.
Those two things are often connected.
No, I can tell you that from experience. No, they are not. And there's another one up the middle, and that goes into left center field for a base hit.
They're going to wave that runner home. And Gunter decided against it.
Denton scores. That is I believe, the third run of the inning or fourth.
I think.
But Dallas has taken the lead. They're up, I believe, 7-3 now. And another first pitch swing into left field, and that drops in for a hit. And that'll get another run home. There'll be a play at the plate, but safe. That's Simon scoring from second base on the hit. It is still first and second. It is now 8-3. 9-3.
At least that's what Tyler Forrester is telling us with his fingers and thumbs up in the air over there.
Kristen San Juan takes the strike. Two on, two out, 6 in the inning. And San Juan takes it outside for a ball. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this offering is hit. Oh, what a beautiful hit down the first base line into right field for a hit. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. San Juan running all the way, and she gets to third base with a triple. Wow. I love that hit. A cue ball shot down the first base line in right field. Plates 2. It's 11-3.
That was well struck.
Oh, it sure was. Skidmore takes a ball. And then hits one up the middle, and that goes into center field for a hit, and another run will score. It's 9 in the inning as San Juan scores after that beautiful hit. She's going to get a chance to sit and rest for a couple minutes. So that's an RBI single for Skidmore, and it'll bring up Richard Florick. He singled in this inning. Takes the ball. 2-1. Roby tosses, and that's a strike call. 2-2. And there's a pop-up. It'll drop, foul, and the batter is out. A 9-run inning for Dallas, highlighted by that beautiful triple down the right field line by Kristen San Juan. We go to the top of the third, and it is now Dallas 12, San Diego 3.
Lest you think that a 9-run inning is the end of the game, this is Masters D Division, and so just as quickly as Dallas put a 9 spot up, San Diego can certainly return the favor. So be careful turning off the broadcast, because this game can certainly get tight in a minute as these veteran teams, which is the very definition of Masters. It's usually players who have played in their various leagues for decades and have come to the point where they're in their 50s or about to be in their 50s and get to play with like age folks. Brings up Darren.
Darren Turner will lead off in the top of the third. He goes after the first pitch and hits one in the air to left field. Very high, an easy catch.
Just got underneath that one, did Darren.
Mm-hmm. And Burnham made the easy put out, so it is 1 out. And we'll bring up Ed Avery Bangs. Ball inside. And he hits one in the air.
Got underneath that one
to
as
the
well.
Shortstop. One-handed catch, 2 out. He's throwing that ball that induces pop-ups, giving his fielders a chance to make what right now look to be easy plays. And here's the pitcher, Roby. He takes the strike.
And you notice that after
1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say after the last.
Here's
Sorry
a little
about that.
looper to the shortstop. He'll have no play. The ball kind of died before the shortstop could even make the play, and then Roby legging it out for an infield single. He'll be pinch run for.
Yep.
And the pinch runner is going to be number 10.
That's Darren.
And that is Darren, and it'll bring up Edwin, the first baseman, number 17. He goes out into right field, and the ball is over the right fielder's head and goes a few feet in front of the fence. The pinch runner will score from first base. Edwin in at second base with a double, and it's now 12-4. Dallas over San Diego. He just misplayed it.
Yeah, I was going to say it got lost in the sun, but the sun's behind
Yeah, it is.
He just didn't realize how much carry
his
that ball
mistake
had.
was, not a mistake. He just misjudged it. He came in a couple steps instead of just going back on it.
That's one of the fundamental things that we teach new outfielders is the first step is always back, even if it's just a half a step, so you can judge the ball. And he just got a little anxious on that, thought it was going to be short, and came in on it.
Joel Campbell takes a strike. It's a ball and 2 strikes, and then swings and hits one in the air down the left field line. And the ball is foul, and the batter is out, and the inning is over. 1 run in for San Diego. When we go to the bottom of the third, it is Dallas 12 and San Diego 4 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
So we are here at the 15th annual Sin City Classic, and there's a bit of a melancholy feel here as one of our friends, a friend of Cloud Sports Network, and
I got 23 going in for 10. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. As a friend of ours, and a former director of this tournament, has passed away just a few months ago. Our friend Ken Scarce, a good friend to many of us, a Naga Hall of Famer, a Glassa Hall of Famer, and a good friend to Rich and I as well.
It took us all by shock when we learned of his passing a few months ago. He was honored last night at the Compete Sports Awards banquet, as well he should have been.
As well, exactly.
And he was a friend to everybody, a mentor to even more, especially when it came to tournaments. I know he was always gracious to everybody that he came in contact with. If he disagreed with you, he did it respectfully.
Yeah, and that's kind of and you know this tournament wouldn't still be what it is now if it weren't for him, and so we're happy to be here and happy to be carrying on that tradition.
Danny hits a ground ball. This is Danny Webb with a ground ball to the shortstop, and the shortstop making a nice play on to first base, and that is the first out. And we'll bring up Linda Powell, who singled her first at-bat, and she almost hits the catcher on that foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It feels like it's catcher and umpire hunting season out there.
Yeah, that's the second time, yeah. And a ball and 2 strikes. That pitch is illegal. Too high of an arc. More than the 12 feet, right?
6 to 12.
6 to 12. You being a pitcher would know that. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. And she swings and hits one in the air to left center field. And the putout is made by Fred Witch, and that is the second out of the inning. Andre Flores, the batter. First pitch to him. Hit into left field for a single.
Okay.
Grounder between the third baseman and the shortstop, that 5.5 hole that you like to call it. And that's runner at first with 2 out. We'll bring up the extra hitter, the 1 of 2. And this is Matt Searing. Two out. First pitch swinging and hits a ground ball to the second baseman, who has no play because nobody was covering first.
Right. That was a good job by Gunter to go down and get that ball.
Yes, it was. So it's first and second now with 2 out. We go back to the top of the order to Donnie Burnham.
She is as good as it gets over there. She's a vacuum at second base. If you're a D team and you're wanting to build a championship defense.
And another first pitch swung on and hit into left center field, and it is
In
caught.
the glove. Well
Nice
done.
play by Fred Witch, and that ends the inning. Two runners on, and they were stranded, and no runs scored in that inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and it is 12-4.
This is a good opportunity to talk about some upcoming tournaments, particularly the Naga Cup and the Gay Softball World Series. The Sin City Classic has generously provided an opportunity to plug the Naga Cup and the Gay Softball World Series. The Naga Cup this year is in Richmond, Virginia.
And it will not be Memorial Weekend, but rather Easter weekend.
It will be, yes. And we are proud to say that the Gay Softball World Series in Dallas will include coverage from Cloud Sports Network.
And on the Friday and Saturday of the
On
tournament.
the Friday and Saturday, championship Saturday and sort of semifinal Friday. Elimination Friday, we like to call
Friday
it.
night under the lights, hopefully, you think?
Possibly, yeah. Well, details to come, but we will be there. And we're thrilled to partner again with the North American Gay Amateur Athletic Alliance, or what we affectionately call NAGA.
Naga.
Richmond on Easter, and deep in the heart of Texas in September. Well, late August, early September.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
This is Gilbert. He leads off the top of the fifth and hits a slow roller down the first base line. It's foul, and the batter is out. There's no courtesy foul in this tournament. They want to keep the games moving. This is the right fielder, Gilbert. Gilbert back to Marquez, and he hits one foul down the left field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You might have heard home plate umpire Mike Latendre with a count of a ball and 2 strikes. Pitch is hit on the ground to the shortstop and bobbled by him, and so there'll be no play at first base.
You know, with that slow roller up to the second base, to the shortstop, I don't know that even had he fielded it cleanly with Gilbert's speed, I don't know that he was going to get him anyway.
I don't think so.
And now with
So
Laura
we'll give
coming
him a
up,
single.
yeah. Now with Laura coming up, she's as good as anybody is hitting behind the runner. So we'll see if that's what. And based on where her batting stance is, that's what her plan is.
She takes a strike.
The pitcher, seeing where her feet were,
I like the San Diego uniform, and the top of the uniform looks like it's a softball. It's got the stitches, and the bottom of the uniform with the star where San Diego would be on the California map. She lifts one in the air to left field, and it is caught.
When she got that first strike called on her on the inside part of the plate, that took away her ability to go to the right side, and the pitcher just pitched again on the inside, so she had to go with where it was. Good piece of hitting, but the fielder was right there for it.
That's the new left fielder, that's Mike. And here is Padilla, the pickup from Austin, and he drops one in front of the right center fielder for a hit.
Little stutter step around second, I think, trying to draw the throw to give an opportunity for the runner to get to second, but they were not chasing, so runners at the corners now.
As Gilbert Varquez went from first to third on the single.
They put in a pinch runner at first there just now.
Here is a ground ball slowly hit down the third base line, and there'll be no play.
Nothing at all,
It was just hit too slowly. The runner scores from third. That's Gilbert. It is now 12-5.
And I can tell you, as a pitcher, that's the most frustrating thing, because you make your pitch, you do your job, and then the indefensible hit comes up.
Yes. I can't tell you who this batter is because
Tim
he's wearing a
Backtad.
jacket.
That's Tim Backtad. She gets cold easy.
Well, no matter, she hits a slow roller to the shortstop. They get the force at second base, and the inning is over. 1 run scores, and it is 12-5 going into the bottom of the fifth.
And as we were able to give a shout out to the folks at the Naga Cup and the Gay Softball World Series in the last inning, now we have an opportunity to share with you some information about The Amateur Sports Alliance of North America, or what we affectionately call ASANA. It has been Cloud Sports Network's privilege to be the broadcaster for the last 2 ASANA Softball World Series, 3 ASANA Softball World Series, and we're headed to D.C. this year. We will be in Washington, D.C. For the ASANA Softball World Series, and we are thrilled to once again partner with them. If you are interested in heading out to D.C., check out the graphic below. Go to asanaseries.org or check them out at ASANA Softball World Series on Facebook.
Taylor Denton goes after the first pitch and hits one off the shortstop's glove and into center field for a hit. Good effort there by Joel Campbell. The ball was just hit a little bit out of his reach, so it's 1 on and nobody out for Randy Simons, who takes the pitch on the plate for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. And now hits one foul down the third baseline. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Our game this morning or this afternoon, no matter which time zone you're in, is brought to you by Lexus. That pitch is just low in front of the plate, bounces in front of the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and that one is hit in the air to center field for a hit, bobbled by the right center fielder. That'll give the runners a chance to move up to second and third. Here's Ted Ball. He has a chance to add to his team's lead, which is 12-5. And he hits one up the middle, fielded by the shortstop. He has a play at first base, but it's late. A run will score, and now a second run scores as the ball was bobbled by the first baseman, and 2 runs are in.
I like how he tagged second.
And it is now 14-5.
Broadcast was great. You guys sound great too.
Here's Charlie Walters. And he lifts one to right field. It will be in for a hit. Ball will go from first to third on that single to shallow right field, and Charlie Walters on for the 3rd time in this ball game.
Going line to line. Hit a rocket shot down the left side, and now push that one over to the right line.
When you can place the ball, you add so much of dimension to your hitting game.
Oh my
They don't
goodness,
know where
yes.
to play you. They don't know how deep to play you. They don't know where in the outfield to position themselves. You know, it's a talent. Here's a ground ball back to Roby, and Roby makes the play at first base.
Really the only play he had there, yeah.
Right. Kristen San Juan out on the play. So we're still at second and third.
He was determined not to let her run to third this time.
Yes. She was the one who hit that triple down the right field line in her previous at-bat. Here's Ron Skidmore with a drive into left field, for a hit. Gets by the left fielder, but the left center fielder backing up nicely in the play. Still 2 runs will score.
They just keep hitting.
Here's Richard Florak.
Starting to feel like when the Kansas City Chiefs are playing the Las Vegas Raiders.
And a ground ball to third. Nice play by Padilla, third base, but he overthrows the second baseman. And on the play, the runner will go to third.
We're going to blame that on a stature issue.
Yeah? Okay.
That is staring you right in the sun.
That's an excellent point that
Here's
Mitch just
Danny.
pointed out. Yeah, the throw to the
might
second
have.
baseman was right into the sun, so might have misjudged that a little bit.
Danny Webb, the batter. A ball inside. And there's a ground ball, or rather a line drive into left field for a hit. And another run scores. Skidmore scores from third, runners at first and second. Here's Linda Powell, the catcher. She can add to the lead again. Illegal pitch, 2-1.
When that left hand comes out like that at that 90-degree angle, that's the sign.
Grounder to the shortstop, fielded by the shortstop. Bond tags the runner, tags
there
the
you
base
go.
at second for the force, and then on to first base for a double play. 5 more for Dallas.
Gentlemen, this is the last inning.
Our time is up here in just a second with the Dallas Squirrels up, San Diego Rebels trailing. This will be their last opportunity to come even or pull ahead, or the game will be over.
That's right. Danny Webb has pitched rather well today. He's been in control. You know, the one
Mixing
thing
it
we
up
haven't
pretty well.
had, the one thing we have not had, I don't think, in this game, is a walk. I don't recall.
The leadoff walk to begin the game.
Okay.
Right as we were kind of
That's
coming
right.
on.
Here it is, Donnie Burnham.
Right as we were coming on.
No, Fred Witch.
Yeah, I think that
You're
right as
right.
we
He did
came
walk.
on, and that's been it. Everything else has been, they've been swinging.
But a lot of first pitch
A lot of
swinging
first
today.
pitch swings
Yeah.
from both teams. Normally that's a recipe for disaster, but this is a grip it and rip it kind of day, it seems like.
And the first pitch. Popped up. Shallow right field will fall in for a hit.
One of my dear friends used to always swing at the first pitch, Wyatt Strelo, and he used to always say, "Well, it's the best pitch you'll see in the at bat." And I would get so frustrated with him as his coach, and I one time snapped back at him, and I'm like, "Well, how would you know? It's the only pitch you ever see."
And there's a grounder to second off the glove of the second baseman and into right field. And so San Diego will have runners at first and third.
So a couple of miscues defensively put runners at first and third, but nothing to worry about quite yet. But you got to love these Rebels coming out swinging and still fighting, clawing. There's another one.
Off the third baseman's glove and into left field for a hit, and the bases will be loaded.
No, that run from third came in.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah. He came in. It looked like he was not going to because the ball was hit right to third. But once it got through the infield, he went ahead and came in.
Here's Roby. Takes a strike. A ball and 2 strikes.
Ball, 2 strikes.
Deep. 2-2.
Ball, 2 strikes.
And there's one hit out into left field. It's in for a hit. A run will score.
And now the
That
lead
is Mike. Mike,
Yeah.
the left fielder scores from second base. Ed will take second base now, and it's 2-1 and still nobody out.
That's Mike Martin. He's the coach of this Rebels team, and that lead has now been cut to 10. 17-7 now.
Here's Edwin. Pop foul.
Oh! Wow.
Nice play by Linda Powell for the first out here in the bottom or in the top of the 6th.
That was a nice play indeed.
Not hit high at all, and she just turned and took a couple steps, and there it is in her glove.
And I'm going to give a shout out to Latendre, the umpire there, for getting out of the way, knowing which direction the catcher was going to get that ball. A lot of times you'll see that collision there. Well done by the umpire.
Joel Campbell hits one back to the pitcher. He smartly goes to third base to get the lead runner, and that's out number 2.
So just as quickly as they got into trouble, they got out of it here. 2 out, 2 on, 2 in.
Carter Mayer. And he is their last hope. As we have 2 outs here. Ball on the plate. 2-1. Line drive into right center field for a base hit. Bounces by the right center fielder, gets away from him. That'll allow a run to score. And now San Diego is within 9. We'll bring up Gilbert Varquez. Foul back to the backstop. 1-2.
One ball, 3 strikes.
And there's a line drive into right center field. San Diego hanging tough. Another run will score. And Carter Mayer goes to third. Here's Laura Gunter. And she's trying to keep the rally going. Ball inside. Swung on and hit to the shortstop on one. Hop on to second, and that's the game.
4 runs came in.
San Diego scores 4, but Dallas is your winner.
So we'll be back here in a minute with another game. This one also Masters D. It'll feature the Thunderbirds of Palm Springs and the Rockers from Providence, Rhode Island. They'll be coming up next here on the Cloud Sports Network on the Sin City Classic Facebook page and YouTube channel. Sin City Classic presented by Lexus. For Rich Siegel and the rest of the Cloud Sports team, I'm Roman Jimenez. We'll be back in a minute.